I don't even know how to talk about this without crying. So the guy that I have been seeing for the last 4.5 months,
Okay.
I bragged about him on TikTok too, so I feel like such a fucking dumbass. But he wined and dined me. He was consistent. He called me every day. He saw me every day. He texted me every day. He remembered everything I would say. He would plan dates. He would spoil me. He would spoil my kids.
Oh,
We would do stuff together, like family trip, like not family trips, but like we were planning trips together. We did things with the kids. He was just an all around great guy. And I believed it. Like he was so nice to me and so respectful and consistent, and my family liked him, and my family usually is the first one to be like, there's something wrong with him. He was like, I am a year away from getting my PhD in psychology. I work for the
wow.
Braves as an operations manager. My parents are super wealthy. I have a trust fund.
Oh, got her. My parents are super wealthy. They have a trust fund. He works for the Braves. Women almost always fall in love with what they hear.
Like all these things. And I'm like, why are you telling me that you have a trust fund? That's just weird. Like, are you just trying to brag? Like, and why would you tell somebody that you're dating? Because, like, I wouldn't. If I had a trust fund, I wouldn't be telling somebody that I'm dating that I have one. Um, we're together for 4 months, and he says, I'm sick of driving an hour to you because he lives in Midtown. He's like, I'm going to look at land near you so I can start building a house and buy land because I'm sick of driving an hour every day to you.
He is. I'm guessing he sold her on a dream. I'm guessing he sold the dream to her.
And I'm like, okay, that's your choice. It's your money. It's your trust fund. He looks at land, says he found land that he likes. He wants to start building a house, all this stuff.
I'm noticing she's on the passenger side. Who's driving?
Says he sees a future with me, like blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, whoa, slow down, dude. Like, we've only been dating for 4 months. This is too fast. Like, it's cool to talk about it, but like, I've been heartbroken tons of times before. I've been love bombed before. I don't need to go through this bullshit again. Like, let's take it very, very slow.
This is
And if
fair.
anything happens,
This is
great.
fair.
We're going to have a super long engagement if it ever gets to that point, because I've had an engagement for 2 years and I was still fooled. So, or I'm never going to get married ever again. Like, those are two possibilities. And he was like, fine, but like, I think you're the one. I love your kids. Like, I want you to meet my family. Like, this is it for me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, cool. Something felt really off. I was shopping for a new car, and he was like, don't buy a car. Don't finance a car, Brittany. Like, you don't want to be in debt. He's like,
I'm sensing some wealth right here. Why am I sensing wealth? I know expensive bracelets when I see them. And she got peanut butter seats in whatever car she's in. So she got some money.
he's like, let me buy the car in cash. You don't even have to pay me back. You can just pay me like something monthly if you want to, but like, let me pay for it in cash so you don't have to finance it. And I'm like, why would you do that? And he's like, because you're my person. Like, it's my job to make your life easier. And I'm like, okay. So he's like, go look for a car. So I go looking for cars, and he's like, that car's ugly. That car's ugly. He was like, look at a BMW or look at a Porsche. It's got to be under $45,000. And I'm like, okay.
$45,000
I
budget?
find one. I find a Porsche, and I'm like, I really like this one. And he's like, cool. I'm going to have my mechanic go out to the dealership. Ooh, a ladybug. Sorry, ADHD.
80, yeah. When she said ladybug, I'm like, okay, this lady has ADHD. All right, come on, lady, get to it. This got like over 1 million views on X.
I'm going to have my mechanic go to the dealership, check out the car, make sure that everything's good under the hood.
Okay, so I guess it should be reversed because her arm is stretched out when the car is in motion.
And if it is, I will wire transfer to the dealership so you can get your car. And I'm like, are you 100% sure about this? And he's like, yeah, you're my person. It is my job to make your life easier, and that's what I want to do for you.
Squirrel.
Okay. Today comes around, and I'm supposed to meet his parents, by the way, tonight for dinner at 6:30, and it's 6 p.m. I'm not dressed for dinner, so you can probably guess what happens. I wake up. I'm like, hey, I'm dropping Olivia back off at her dad's, heading into work. I have a couple clients. Then I'm going to go back home and get ready, and we can go to dinner with your parents. He goes, I've been throwing up all night. I'm not really feeling good. I'll message you later. And I'm like, okay. Then I get a very long text message. And it says, hey, I've been thinking about this for a few weeks, and there's just too many red flags. And this is final, and I don't want to discuss it or debate it. I don't want to continue this relationship. Thank you for all the great times. I wish you nothing but the best.
Damn. I mean, you could have, the red flag guys and gals. If you meet someone who is not like a millionaire and after 4 months, they say, hey, I'm going to give you a car of $45,000. That's kind of a huge red flag right there. But she bought the dream, and it looks like he backed out right before the purchase was due. Thank you. Next, Ariana Grande.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, the flip of the script was insane. And I'm like, what's going on? Silence. No explanation. Zero. So I'm like, something tells me to reach out to one of his exes. He tells me his ex-wife was psycho and crazy, and that's what they all say. I couldn't get a hold of her. She didn't answer. Like, I sent her a message on Facebook. She hasn't responded. I messaged another ex that was with him before that. The things that this woman told me, if only I fucking met her before this. I literally messaged her and I was like, hey, I need to talk to you about John Smith. She goes, okay. We talked on the phone and she goes, he scammed me out of money. He stole money from me. He's been arrested for theft. He does not have the money that he says he has. His parents are wealthy, but he doesn't have any money. His parents do not trust him. They won't even let him go to his lake house alone. We talked about going on a trip to Greece. Day before the trip to Greece, he says he's sick and he can't go.
Wait, what is up with women reaching out to their current boyfriend's ex-girlfriend after the relationship goes awry? What is up with that? I think that, like, what man is out here like, yo, you know, me and this girl just broke up. I'm going to reach out to her ex-boyfriend or her ex-husband in this case and see what the deal is. Yo, I think he dodged a red flag. I think these women that do that are problematic.
Trip was canceled. There was no trip. He says he has a really nice condo in Buckhead. Never saw it. Would constantly fabricate things and realize that he was just one big fucking lie. And she just continued to tell me stuff. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was in tears this morning. And now I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not sad anymore. I'm relieved. Because I'm like, what if I actually continue to date this fucking guy? And I didn't see it from a mile coming. I truly believe that this guy was just.
I'm not even sad about the guy who lied. I'm like, you know, guys lie all the time. I mean, women do too, but guys will lie to get in women's pants. Hey, yeah, I'm rich. I got a trust fund, parents rich, you know, inflated job, inflated education, yada, yada, yada. What I am more disturbed by is her finding his, I believe, did you say ex-wife? His ex-wife and contacting her. I'm like, hey, what's up with your husband? We were dating for a minute. What's the deal with that? Like, what? Like, women cooked.
Godsend, like my mom and dad said. He is just the package. If I didn't call his ex and find that out, I would continue to think that it was just all my fault, that I did something wrong, which I know I didn't. And this man talked about honesty and communication and transparency and being vulnerable.
Oh, God. He put
when his entire story was a complete fucking lie. He said that he worked for the Braves for 11 years.
He put the screws
she told me that he was a valet for the Braves when they were together. A valet. He parked cars.
Bro. You got to give him A or an E for effort for coming up with such an outlandish story. Going from valet to working for the team. I love it.
He told me he was an operations manager, that he knew all of the major league players, that he traveled all over the US with them, that he was a year away from getting his PhD, that he taught at UGA Tuesdays and Thursdays. This man had my location, so I as well had his request, by the way. Never once did I see him go to UGA on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'd be like, aren't you supposed to be in class right now? It's 10 a.m. Oh, I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to teach at home. Okay. Don't you have office hours? Like, oh, I'm good. So I'm like, this guy must be like unemployed and like living off of his parents. There's just something mentally wrong with this man. I don't know what the mental illness is. Narcissism, false personality, like I don't fucking know. But this man knew that I was in a very vulnerable state, freshly out of a divorce from someone I was with for 8 years, that I didn't want to rush anything, and all he did was try to rush it. And then he lied about every aspect of his life.
Look, man, sometimes the grass is not always greener on the other side. For all my married women, most people don't realize you only get two people who are gonna love you as two men to love you for you in your life. And those two men are your father, is gonna love you no matter what, and your first husband, not your second, not your third, not your fourth, first husband. Stick with him. He married you for you, flaws and all.
It was just like, what the fuck? So for me, I think that was God slapping me in the face, being like, there are no men for you, Britt. They're all gone. They're all taken. You need to be single. Anybody that's pursuing you is not going to be good for you. They're going to lie. They're going to cheat. They're going to steal. They're going to scam. They're going to be a druggie. Like, they're going to be bipolar. Like, it's just, I can't even begin to describe the shit that I have seen personally. But I am so grateful that I talked to that ex. Thank you. You know who you are. Now I don't feel so bad. But yeah, stay safe out there, guys, men and women.
Yeah. It's like crazy now when you meet a woman, like, hey, have you ever reached out to any of your ex-boyfriends or ex-partners, ex-lovers? Like that's the litmus test for women, because any woman who does that is definitely not a woman for me. But at the same time, how did you find said ex? Is so many questions, more questions than answers. But at the end of the day, sometimes it's just better to stay married. Let me know what you think of her story in the comment section. Have you experienced that? And I'll see you next video. Peace.